Alright, I think we're ready. Good evening, one and everyone, and welcome to the final Pikmin 2 stream of the year. Gonna be finishing up, gonna have fun, gonna gather workers, gonna take down massive spiders. That's the plan for today. Also today, gonna be discussing what we have learned in the February Nintendo Direct. So let's get to it. Ow. Very good. Honestly, am I imagining things, or is the picture a little bit squished? Nah, I must be imagining things. You know what? Honestly, this is probably a bad idea, but I am honestly considering having, like the video for the Nintendo Direct, having that like in a quarter of my eye, so that I can like be reminded of what was actually announced. So I'm going to do that real quick. Okay, gonna have to mute it first. Okay, there we go. Jeez, that was loud. Okay. So, if you haven't seen it already, I'm not going to be, like, restreaming it or anything, so if you have not yet seen... Oops, waited too long. If you have not yet seen the actual Nintendo Direct, you know, go ahead, go watch it after this stream is done, but I'll give you the rundown as I see the games pop up in the corner of my eye. So, the Direct started off strong with an announcement for Super Mario Maker 2, which I was happy to hear. A lot of people were speculating that we were going to get news on either a port or a full-on sequel. It doesn't look like it's going to have anything too amazingly new. But, you know, for people that never played the original Super Mario Maker, this is going to be an excellent title to pick up. By the way, a little update on Pikmin 2. Just to tell you where I am, we only have 2 caves left to go. And we don't have any more treasures on the surface, so we're just gonna gather our squad and just dive right in. Let's see, I'll want a decent amount of red Pikmin. And probably only a smattering of the other ones. And again, I have the Nintendo Direct playing in the corner of my eye, so if anything, you know what, I'll just use that as my reminder. I'll just let Mr. Koizumi direct as he does. And if there's anything worth reacting to, I will mention it as we march along to our next destination, which I forgot what it's going to be. The Hole of Heroes, of course, that's where we're going. And we already lost a flower. Not a problem. As long as that Gatling Groink did not come back, I think we'll be fine. Ah, yeah, that's right, there was a new announcement for a new Marvel game, which was surprising. Even more surprising to me was the announcement that it was going to be a action RPG. Which I did not expect. I'm honestly kind of curious about it. Like, I'm not all that big into Marvel movies, much less games, but oops. Guess we're gonna have to deal with that crawl mat again. Either that, or we take the other... No, actually, we have to go this way. You know what, can we just, like... Can we just go around him? Yeah, let's just leave. I don't want to bother with him right now. Let's get the hell out of this Whisker Pillar zone. I don't want to have anything to do with him. Oh god, sheer wings! I mean, I should have expected that they, like, all these creatures would be returning, and that guy's just gonna go off and have an amazing adventure. All by himself, and where are you guys going? Get back here. Oh, he came back. Alright, cool. So yeah, new Marvel RPG, I might actually check that out when it comes out. Looks very interesting. Then there was an announcement for... Roblox? No, wait, what's the name of that stupid game? It's like Bill Trinin's favorite thing ever. And I don't really understand the appeal of it. Like, we've played these boxy puzzle games already before. Oh, shoot. No, 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 no. Keep your cool. Keep your cool. Jesus. Someone did not keep their cool. Where'd they go? What? How'd you get over there? What? Oh god, alright. That could have been bad. Alright, let's get out of here. Into the Hole of Heroes. Oh my god, this fucking trailer for the... Wait. That's the wrong window. Hey. Hey, I was trying to make a jab at Nintendo's expense. And you got the wrong, like, thing here. Alright, here we have our micro window. Yeah, Box Boy plus Box Girl. Like, one of the cheapest, stupidest designs I've ever seen. I'm not a fan. Of course, after that we got... Oh, we have an announcement to make about Super Smash Bros., except not really. There's going to be a new update, but we're not going to tell you what it's about. Fuck you. Wait and see. Hello there. It's been a while since we ran into these little grub fellas. Alright. Let us see if we can just pound this thing into oblivion, like, right away. Yeah, that worked pretty well. Talking about the Direct, yeah. Yeah, they basically just announced some amiibos. That's like all the concrete news we actually have about the game. Then they went on with Captain Toad. I do not care about Captain Toad. I can appreciate it for what it is. Ah! Where'd you come from? Oh my god. Okay. That spooked me a little bit. I like that strategy. Let's do that again. Yeah, there we go. Kinda tired of these chrysanthemums always giving me trouble. The game sounds louder today. You're having a hard time hearing me? Really? Huh. Well, thank you for telling me. I didn't change the volume at all, so I don't know how that ended up happening. Maybe my microphone is quieter than usual? How's that? I turned it down by quite a bit, maybe even too much. Let me know how it sounds for you. So, right, what else? I was going to say that the announcement for, like that whole grandstanding bit about Dragon Quest came immediately after the Smash Brothers announcement, but I clearly was misremembering things, because now they're talking about Bloodstained Ritual of the Night, which obviously has nothing to do with either of those things. Honestly, whoa! Whoa! So these guys are just dropping from the ceiling now, huh? I don't like it. What are you... Look at these two. They're just staring at each other. It's like that, it's like that video of those dogs that are, like, on either side of a fence. They're just, like, barking away at each other. But then the instant that the, like, fence, like, moves out of the way, they just, like, sheepishly back off and try to pretend like nothing happened. It's hilarious. Now me and the game are on par? Alright, cool. That's not a real chrysanthemum. That's an acorn. Alright, now we move on to the Dragon Warrior, Dragon Quest. I have heard this title so many times that I still... Like, it's kind of baffling to me that I still am getting this mixed up. Dragon Quest, okay. Stop me every time I say Dragon Warrior. My footage seems to be lagging today. Let us see if that... Alright, yeah, I see the encoder overload error message again. You know what, that's probably because I have the Nintendo Direct footage playing in the background. I should just flip through it real quick, make sure I'm not missing anything. You know what, now that you're here, you can tell me about any, like, just list off any games that, you can remember from the Nintendo Direct footage. And I'll use that instead. Because, yeah, probably not a great idea to have a 30-minute video playing in the background. Also, hang on a minute. Okay, never mind. I thought that I saw something there, but... Astral Chain? I didn't know what to make of that. When I saw the trailer, at first I honestly thought it was just Resident Evil 2 Remake. Because it looked like, you know, dilapidated... cool-looking city on fire, like Raccoon City or what have you. And then I thought, oh, wait a minute, is this just, Shonen Jump? What was it called? Jump Force? I remember that having kind of a similar, like, trailer. And then it just burst out with these characters that I didn't recognize in police uniforms doing all kinds of weird stuff. I still don't entirely know what was going on with that trailer. It certainly looks cool, I just don't know what to make of it. Which I suppose could be a good thing. It's not really like anything that I've seen before. Well, okay, it's a little bit like something we've seen before because of the developer. We have... You know, we've seen Devil May Cry, we've seen Bayonetta. Hey, you. Cut that out. There we go. Get rid of him before it becomes a problem. Platinum Games logo is already an attention grabber. As Jim Sterling said on Twitter, Astral Chain looks extremely stupid, and I mean that as a compliment. I see what he means. I see exactly what he means, based on certain moments from the trailer, that I just didn't know what to make of, and yet at the same time couldn't look away from. It's a fascinating looking game. Oh shoot, Dirigibugs, of course. We're probably going to be running into, like, a bajillion Dirigibugs whilst exploring this second-to-last cave. It's gonna suck, but we have to deal with it. We got out of a very tricky situation yesterday that involved electricity, poison, and 3 Dirigibugs that were uncomfortably close to each other. What else? Did I already talk about Fire Emblem? No, I did not. Thank you for reminding me. How could I forget? It was, like, in the text for the Nintendo Treehouse. It was like, oh, we'll probably talk about other games too, but hey, this is what you're really here for. Fire Emblem. 3 houses, like, the very premise is interesting, and a little bit different from what we've been used to. What am I doing? I should just take all my Pikmin and go break down these walls. Fire Emblem tree. No time for jokes when there's bombs about. Jeez. Fucking bomb rocks, I forgot about him. How could I have forgotten? Nothing is safe. Assume that no egg is safe. Alright, I need to make sure everything is safe before I go on talking nonsense about things. And you know what else? It almost looked like that bomb rock was, like, deliberately timed so that it would appear... No, get out of there. So that it would appear when the egg was broken, but apparently that's not true. Because that one just blew up anyway. Anyway, jeez. Right, three houses. The premise, with kind of a smaller world and different like royal houses that you're supposed to familiarize yourself with, reminds me a little bit of not only Genealogy of the Holy War and its many royal families, but also Fire Emblem: The Sacred Stones. I don't know what it was about it, but that there we go. Let's just let the Bomb Rock do the work. The world map looks strikingly similar to Magville, and I wonder if I'm the only one that thought that. But anyway, it looks like you will be given a choice as to which of the three houses to support at the beginning of the game. Which will greatly enhance the replayability of that game. And what is wrong with you guys? Come on. He's dead. You don't have to flail around like morons. Oh, is that all the electric beetles taken care of? Alright, good. I already know which kingdom I am going to support. I don't know what it is, but I really like the cut of that clawed guy's jib. Very much looking forward to see what his character is all about. Also, you know what? His kingdom, that's why it reminded me of Sacred Stones, is because it wasn't a normal monarchy like we're used to. It was like a mercantile republic or something. That's where Claude comes from. And we had a nation very similar to that in Sacred Stones. Nope, get back here. Alright. Let's see if we can take care of this guy before the rock blows him up. There we go. And you know what, while we're at it, let's see if we can't get rid of the Dirigibug too. Okay, apparently not. Come on. Come on. Get down here already. Ready, set, go. Man, I was actually thinking of streaming an older Fire Emblem game. Perhaps even like Awakening or Sacred Stones, or really any of the Game Boy Advance games. They're pretty fantastic. But if Three Houses are coming in June, I should probably just wait for that. Everyone loves Claude, especially the Fujoshis. But what can I say? He's like one of the most handsome characters we've ever had in a Fire Emblem game. Alright, a lot of you go about your merry way. Let's go ahead and pick that up too. Where's the treasure in here? I was about to move on, but we haven't actually found any treasure yet. It must be buried somewhere. Nope, time to break out the white Pikmin. Did I say June? July, June, whatever. Summer. You know, if it's coming around that time, then that's all the reason I need to hold off on playing a classic Fire Emblem game. Alright, seriously, where is this thing? It's right here. There we go. I wonder what it could be. Looks like a blue diamond. Or maybe just a little sapphire trinket. It's one of those little, like, sticky gem things. You know what I'm talking about? I haven't actually, like, messed with any of those since I was just a little kid. But they sold these, like, fake gemstones that had little stickies on the underside of them, so you could just... It was probably, like, a toy meant for girls or something. Where you could just, like, stick fake jewelry onto anything you want. Something like that. I used it to, like, decorate a castle or something. Because that's how castles work. They have gems embedded into the side of them. I don't know, it was make-believe. Didn't have to be realistic. There's enough nectar to go around to where I could just march my entire army over them, and even if one Pikmin drank from one glob every single time, it would be fine. But I just have to be meticulous about this for some reason. Essence of true love, a fitting treasure for today. Well, yeah, I suppose Valentine's is close enough. I've already given my spiel about Valentine's Day, though. I talked about... No, wait, it was on your stream that I talked about it. Okay, I guess I could talk about this again. So, for those that didn't hear, there was this zoo, the Bronx Zoo, was doing kind of like an anti-Valentine's Day celebration, where ex-lovers could pay a small fee to have a cockroach named after their ex-lover. Whoa, I didn't see you there. Let's get this thing out of the way. Yes! That's how I like to see it done. Quick and efficient. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. We had this problem yesterday where there was a blowhog on the other side of a fence and it just completely blocked me from doing anything useful. Well, at least this time we can, you know, sort by color. Have the red Pikmin take care of things. Right, so Bronx Zoo, name a cockroach after your ex-lover. Oh no. Don't look at me like that. Okay. We'll be fine. Just gotta march in there with our reds. What's the point of this area? Ah, yes, bombs! That's the point of it. How foolish of me to let my guard down. Never trust anything, not even a dead end. Oy. So you pay him that fee. You get the cockroach named after your ex-lover. They feed it to like a meerkat or something. And you also get like a little certificate. And people were jumping all over that. I'm pretty sure it even became like a little bit viral on... Oh my god, get out of here, get out of here. I'm afraid to go into any dead end now. I keep having my train of thought interrupted because of stupid bombs. Used for uranium. Anyway. One of the most notable developments to come out of that little event was that people were offering more money to do more extravagant things for the event. Like paying, what was it, £500 or something like that? To have the cockroach stomped on and filmed. But the zoo declined that because the point of it was, like, they wanted it to go towards a positive effort, you know? They didn't want it to just be about revenge, about spite, even though, you know, that's what people were paying him for. But they wanted to turn that towards a positive direction by, you know, get out of my face. Golly, these things are going to be everywhere today, aren't they? Well, you get the idea. Take all the negative energy and turn it towards something constructive. It's for your health. It's for a good cause. It's for charity. I always find it funny when, like, big corporate entities try to justify, like, sleazy things that they do by saying, oh, don't worry, we're giving the proceeds to charity. Well, that's not just a catch-all phrase that you can use to make things instantly better. Like, I wouldn't send money towards the Mafia if they were, like, killing people and sending proceeds to charity. That's a terrible comparison. I shouldn't have even brought that up. What am I even saying? As Carl Pilkington once said, sometimes if you just open your mouth, words will come out, but sometimes you regret those words. Wow. The one corridor that doesn't have a bomb hidden in it is the only one with a treasure. Go figure. Killing people for charity is basically war. Yeah, I know, it was a terrible thing to say. Ugh. Love sphere. Is everything in this cave going to be themed around love? Because that's what it's looking like so far. Right, again, we don't need to do this, but... there'll be a little voice nagging me in the back of my head if I don't pick these things up. It'll be like, oh, but you could have gotten an even higher score! You can really see a difference with those white Pikmin. Let's see, what is next on the Nintendo Switch list? Was anyone... Hang on a minute. Did anyone else get a distinct feeling of deja vu while watching the Nintendo Direct? Like, wait a minute. I've seen these before. I have seen this before. Where? There. And there. No, that Dragon Quest game. Haven't we seen that already? Like, didn't it just come out on, like, PlayStation 4 or something? I recognize the characters. In fact, I have shown the, that picture of that woman that I pointed out looked a lot like Linda's from Fire Emblem. Has it just been waiting to come out for a long time, I wonder? Alright, we have a very challenging situation ahead of us. You see, this is the Hole of Heroes. There's going to be something of a boss rush in here. We're going to be fighting a bunch of bosses from the past. I mean, of course, that's what a boss rush, like, implies. But there's going to be a lot of them. We're going to have to pace ourselves diligently. Based on the shape of the arena, I wonder if you can tell what it is that we're going to be fighting. I know it's coming, and I want to make sure I'm prepared. We have at least 10 of each kind of spray, and I'm going to use them, by golly. Dragon Quest XI, yeah, that's the name. Thanks for reminding me. I mean, there's so many of them, I can't really keep track. Came out a few months already, yes, okay. Wasn't just imagining things. Ah! Oh my god, there's 2 of them! This is getting out of hand! Wow, that does, like, no damage when you've got the spray on. It does buff up a boss's defense. I honestly did not remember there being 2 of them. I thought that the quicksand pit was going to be enough of a challenge. Oh dear. And there's no eggs to help me either. I think we're going to be relying on the sprays here. There he is. Wow, this sand pit just sucks. That being said, we're actually doing surprisingly well. It has chosen to go back underground most of the time, which is good. Alright, I didn't quite have enough time to make my assault. Let's hope that hiding works. Alright. If it pops out on the edge, that's good news for me. There he is. Maybe the terrain doesn't agree with him all that much. Oh, we almost got him! We almost got him! Uh-oh. There he is. Run! Run! Run, my little friends, run! Uh-oh. Run the other way! Oh my god, we're all just scattered all over the place. It's alright though, we've almost got this. Oh. There you. Oh, come on, that was so close! I'm extremely tempted to go after it while it is stuck in the... Not stuck in the ground! Eh. I really hope we don't have to fight both of these. Like, if I could just pluck the treasure from this one, and then go home, then we'll be all good. Alright, quick. Pick it up, pick up the thing, quick! Quick! Oh my god, you guys. Alright, you know what? Good enough. A distinct theme of this Nintendo Direct was anime. There are so many anime-looking games you could hear Twitch chat going, "We Direct!" Not that you actually watch the Direct on Twitch. Ah. The lustrous element. It's like a dollar coin. Cool. Okay, good. We don't actually have to fight the other Snagrit. Thank God. Let's move on. You know what? You're absolutely right. Didn't really have all that much else going on, besides anime themes. How did I not even notice that? Like, I felt it tingling in the back of my head, especially with the announcement of that one game that I've already forgotten the name of. Apex Legends? No. Astral Chain, that was it. Oh, good. Get to take a break. Get to take a break and slaughter some butterflies. Poor little things never stood a chance. Let's see what Nintendo did, though. No Animal Crossing news, but 2 Rune Factory announcements instead. Oh, thank you for reminding me. Yeah, that was the other big deja vu moment, was when I saw Rune Factory. And I was like, wait a minute. These characters, these scenes, I played this already. On 3DS a long time ago. And, yeah, pretty much that's all it was just a quote-unquote enhanced port of Rune Factory Frontier. No, not Frontier. Rune Factory 4. Now that I have the ability to just instantly summon my Pikmin from the ground, those Mamutas are really not all that important anymore. Right, careful. And go. And go. Hey, come back here. Wow, we may not have had any eggs on the last sub-level, but here there's a bajillion of them to go around. Very nice. And some extra sprays as well. I dig it. We don't even have to use the candy pop flowers, because I handled that Snagrit fight, like, perfectly. But yeah, Rune Factory. I never finished Rune Factory 4. In fact, I never even got close. It's a fine game, don't get me wrong, but I don't see what wasn't enhanced for the Switch version. Like, I saw the gameplay footage, and it was just like, what's different? It looks exactly the same. It doesn't look enhanced in the slightest. It honestly looks worse, somehow. Like, that's probably just my memory being wrong, but somehow it seemed to look worse than the 3DS version. I don't know. Oh, good thing we brought a decent amount of blue Pikmin. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez! I don't like this. I don't like this at all. Oh, boy. Okay. I see a place to go. Let's quickly go to dry land. Whew. No, 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 no. Yes! Back off! let's be smart about this. Hey, honestly, it wouldn't be that bad of an idea to use the candy pop flower to convert some reds into blues. Huh? What? How'd you get there? Alright, I'm trying to be as careful as possible because I don't want any of my non-blues going anywhere near that water. We saw what happened last time. It's not fun. Don't much care for these mites either. Oh god, that's a lot of crawlmads. The square game, on the other hand, Korobiniki, no, Okami, no, Oninaki. Okay, I need to bring the direct footage back up because I need to hear what they said about that game again. It's like a micro video. Let's see, where was that announcement? There it is.
When battling the living world, our nation.
Was it this one? Yeah, alright.
Soon, a time will come to slay monsters and rescue lost souls. Before those souls become monsters.
Wait, is this the right one?
In this action RPG from the developers of I Am Setsuna and Lost Sphere.
For some reason, that just killed me. From the developers of Lost Setsuna and Lost Sphere. You mean Square Enix? Like, there's so much more that they're known for! Why in the world would you list those two? I barely even know what those games are. Oh my god, that's like pointing to Konami and saying, oh, from the company that brought you, shoot, that's a bad example. I can't actually think of anything. What's a good example of a game with, like, a really obscure title to its name? Crap, I'm coming up short. It's a new game from HAL Laboratories, the game that brought you Kirby's Block Ball. And other amazing puzzle games on Nintendo Game Boy. From Hudson Soft, the company that brought you Super Mario Bros. Special on the Amiga computers. That's a pretty good example right there. Alright, ignore the log poles. That's not what we're here for. I'm tempted to ignore the dumples as well. You think it's specifically the development team that made I Am Setsuna and Lost Sphere? Naturally, Square has a bunch of different sub-studios within it. Oh. Well, I guess they don't have a name, otherwise they would have been mentioned, I suppose. Huh, that's a little bit weird, isn't it? Alright, what do we have going on here? Where's the treasure on this floor? Do one of the crawmads have it? No, this guy doesn't have anything to do with it. It's not hidden behind the tree stump. Where the heck is it? Oh, can't leave you guys alone for 1 second, can I? Is that jar of peanut butter really the only thing here? You idiot! That one Pikmin decided to take its sweet-ass time getting around the log. Huh? Sounds like there's another one down there. What are you doing? Are you serious? Get over here! What is wrong with you? Yep, that one's dead too. What are they doing? This water is like poison water. It's poisoning their minds. They don't know what to do anymore. Hey, hey, oi, over here. Right, well that kinda stinks. Let's see here. Can I get this over to my ship now? Honestly, the less I have to do, the better. I would like to get through this hole as quickly as possible. Any opinions on fucking Tetris Battle Royale? Oh yeah, forgot about that. Where are you guys going? Are you seriously going to go that way? Look at these morons. They're going to go all the way through all this mess just so they can go up this way instead of going the safer and shorter route over this way. I hate this sublevel so much. Right, so Tetris Battle Royale. That's gonna make the game age considerably. It's one of the stupidest things I've ever heard. And I'm not a fan of the techno remix of Koro Beniki either. That's why that word was on my mind. There we go. I feel like I should have had stronger opinions about it, but really, it's just like... it could have been worse. You know what? It could still get worse. Because who's to say that they're not gonna put in microtransactions like that other company did? What was it? What platform was it that had the... Did you just swim right into my cluster of peanut butter Pikmin and, like, flip them off? Like, literally, just flip them around and off. I thought these bog poles were harmless. Okay, it's not exactly a harmful thing to do, but jeez. Let's get the Skippy and get out of here. Nutrient silo. Alright, good. That's all we have to do here. Let's get out of here. I hope there's no more water. Boy, that was annoying. But yeah, I think Tetris 99, or whatever it's called, is going to be remembered as a desperate attempt to hop on the bandwagon as it's already, like, dissipating. Like, how much longer is this Battle Royale craze going to last? Like, seriously. I can't imagine it going more than, like, another 2 years. Oh, boy. Fun times. Just slap a boss right in front of my face. Damn it. This is pretty bad. Huh? Oh, jeez! Oh, and there's fallen rocks! Cool, great, my favorite. God damn it, I can't get a moment of peace, can I? Clearly, the only solution is to just distract him with a lone captain. Come on, this way. Nope. Oh, this is gonna be horrible. Unless I can somehow trick these boulders into attacking the boss. Which is looking kinda unlikely. Yeah, it doesn't work. As cool as that would be, apparently this thing is just immune to boulders. A demo for Pokemon Let's Go was silently released today. Pokemon Let's Go? What? That game came out quite a while ago. What's the point in releasing a demo for it now? Of course, there's no guarantee that that's true. Oh boy, just kill each other already, God. This sucks. Oh jeez, I need to be careful where I'm making those things shoot. If I'm not careful, one of those is going to just steamroll right into my herd of Pikmin. Like that! Like that! Oh jeez! This is perhaps not as safe a strategy as I had thought. Alright. The worst thing is that there is no real place to hide here. Like, all the little spots are tucked away behind gates. I think maybe my best bet is to just bop them real quick, like, before they get to be too big of a problem. Run! Where's it going? I've lost sight of the boulders! Part of me wants to play the, like, Indiana Jones music here as a joke, but we all know how that would go. Oh, we have detected trumpets in your VOD on Twitch, which we have deemed to be in violation of Warner Pictures Interactive. Please cease and desist and take your video down from the internet permanently and completely, or we will have no choice but to remove all revenue that you could ever possibly get from the video and run ads on it, even if you don't want them. Honestly, that's my biggest gripe with the whole Content ID thing, is that, that was a bad idea. That was a very bad idea. Jesus Christ! No resets. I'm committed to this now. I'm committed to doing this with no bullshit. But yeah, we're gonna have to be careful about this if we want to get through this without taking really heavy losses. Might not have that many purple Pikmin left, but that might be our... Nah, screw it. Let's just use reds. We'll take things out like we do the blowhogs. Alright, so far so good. That thing's gonna be a problem. Let me see if I can somehow take this thing down quickly before we, that thing gets too close. Alright, we can do it this way. No, we can't. That thing turns way too quick. Run. Quickly. Ah, it's so close. I just need to... No, that's not what I meant to do. Alright, you know what? Fine. Fine. Have your way. We'll do it super power mode. This thing is being a real pain right now. Alright. Hello. President, you ran away. You actually ran away. Look at him! Not getting away from me this time. Okay, maybe you will. Oh man, I was supposed to talk about the Direct today. I can't keep my thoughts together because this boss rush is really, really demanding of my attention. This is the whole of Heroes, after all. Quick. Speaking of Heroes... There was a particular title that I was surprised by right at the end of the Nintendo Direct. You probably already know what it is. Good old Link's Awakening. Originally released on Game Boy. It's going to get an inexplicable Switch port. Now, don't get me wrong, it's a fine game, but it was also a Game Boy game. And it wasn't terribly long. Or, you know, complex or anything like that, so... For them to release an announcement for Link's Awakening, of all things, right at the end of the Direct... Like, it's not that big of a deal. It's not like Link's, A Link to the Past, where it's like a, you know, classic game that's really expansive, and not only that, but like A Link Between Worlds added a lot to Link's Awakening. I keep getting these games mixed up. To A Link to the Past. So are they going to add a lot of new features to Link's Awakening when they re-release it? Because if not, they'd better not be charging full price for it. I'm not going to pay $60 for a Game Boy game with a new skin on it. Like, you gotta be shitting me. So... I'm gonna keep my expectations... high. Well, that's not really a wise thing to do now, is it? A wiser thing would be to keep your expectations tempered. But the thing is, right, if I do that, and keep my expectations realistic for this re-release of Link's Awakening, then I'm basically committing to not buying it right here and now. Because if it's just a Game Boy game with a skin, then I don't see a point to it. What's this? One particular blame you were surprised to see was Hellblade Setsuna's Sacrifice. I mean, Senua's Sacrifice, sorry. That game... Oh, right, that's like the one with the Viking motif, right? The reason for your surprise is because Microsoft purchased Ninja Theory, the developers, and yet they're still sharing the game with Nintendo. You think, in general, Nintendo and Microsoft are getting very friendly, probably to combat Sony's unrivaled arrogance. Yeah, there was also that announcement that, what was it, Xbox Online or something? Was going to be compatible with Nintendo Switch. What was the announcement again? I've already forgotten. Well, whatever it is, the goal of it was to enhance crossplay between Microsoft and Nintendo gamers. Jim Sterling hypothesized that the reason for that particular announcement... The reason behind all of the chumminess that we've been seeing between Nintendo and Microsoft is because Microsoft and Nintendo don't necessarily think of each other as, like, rivals? What's a good way to put it? Like, it's not the same situation as with Microsoft and Sony, where they're both striving to be the best of the best, to offer everything possible in the video game industry. Rather, you know, Nintendo has kind of always just been doing its own thing. Was it Jim Sterling or was it Arlo? It might have been Arlo that brought all this up. Ah! Whoa! Wow! This is not a good place for a doodlebug to appear. Alright, you think you're so funny, huh? Think all that flatulating is funny? I'll show you. Alright. Well, we got Bulbman into the team. That's kind of nice. Do I want to swap them out for anything? It would probably be a good idea to chuck one of them in here and get a few more reds for the road. probably about the best thing that I could do, given the situation. Let's check for more doodlebugs. I think that might be the only source of nectar on this particular sub-level. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa! There it is. Alright, everyone good? Alright. Wow, 2 bitter nectars, jeez! Again, why bother farming berries in this game when you can just... You got nectars, you got eggs. I feel like the drop rate is way higher than it used to be. Which, of course, is completely nonsense because I played this game before. I don't know, maybe I'm just using them less? And that's why I seem to have so many built up? I don't know. Alright, there we go. Vinny's stream just started, he's gonna watch the direct. Oh boy, I can't wait to hear his thoughts on it. In particular for Mario Maker, because he called that. I'm sure he's gonna be very proud of that. Oh yeah, there were also Final Fantasy announcements, I forgot about those. Kinda cheeky that we're getting all these re-releases of the original Final Fantasy VII when the remake is like nowhere in sight. But there was another Final Fantasy title, what was it? Was it 9 or 8? That's also coming to Switch, and that's honestly got my interest a little bit. It'd be a good opportunity for me to, you know, branch out and experience some of the more modern Final Fantasies. I just hope, again, I hope it's not a goddamn $60 release. It's a port of an old game. I'm gonna ask that the Final Fantasy port be, like, no more than $40. And the Link's Awakening, if it's just a port with a skin, I don't want it to be more than $20. And I'm being genuine about that. Like, if it's not given a... Whoa. It's a Volborb family reunion. Right, so if Link's Awakening is not given the same treatment as A Link Between Worlds, and given, like, an entire new sprawling area to explore, then I want nothing to do with it. Unless it's got the right price tag. Like, there's a lot of details that really need to be filled in with that Link's Awakening announcement. That thing is really scaring me. Can I bop it on the nose? Yes, I can! Oh my god, that would be amazing if I could just kill it through here. In fact, you know what? I think I'm gonna do that. I mean, we're just, you know, talking nonsense about Nintendo Switch, right? So why not? Why not? Oh, hey. I think I can actually do this. It's just a matter of, making sure my Pikmin don't put themselves at unnecessary risk like they like to do so much. So yeah, how was you guys' day today? Did you have a good lunch? Did you have a good breakfast? It was Final Fantasy IX? Ah, gotcha. Jim Sterling's favorite. Yeah, I should probably give that a look. I'm sure it will be... Ah, it's $20.99. $1 more than usual. It's fine. That's better than I was expecting from Square Enix. This is so stupid that I can get away with this. Good lunch, salmon with asparagus? Wait, you actually willingly eat asparagus? Ah, what can I say? I have a huge bias against asparagus. I don't know what it is about it. I just never liked it. Alright, now let me see if I can very swiftly get my dudes in there to pick that thing up before it wakes back up. I think if we are sneaky and careful, we can pick it up without either of these big boys noticing. Oh wait, there's a tiny one. Yeah, I'm gonna need purples for this. Alright, quickly, quickly. Get him! Get him out there. All the rest of you help too. Quickly, 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 quickly. What if Metal Gear Solid had a mission in which you needed to transport a heavy crate of cargo whilst stealthing around guards? Boy, that would be weird. Speaking of Metal Gear Solid, makes me want to talk about Konami briefly. I hear that they're doing well. Jim Sterling just released a video today talking about how Konami was doing financially well despite, like, only releasing one game in the past year. One proper, like, console game, that is. And what was it? It was like a football game. Or soccer game. You know, same difference. Oh, I see you. Uh-oh. He sees me. No! Did I get him? I think I got him. Nice. That was an interesting little situation there. Whoa, 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 whoa. Easy. Don't go flying off the ledge now. The pachinkos are raking in all the cash. True. But it also led me to thinking along the lines of, like, you know, one of those situations where the only winning move is not to play. So, it's like, if you're not bothering with the games that you're putting out, then you'll be guaranteed a financial return. It's kind of like publishing a movie with, like, a really shitty budget. It's like, no matter how poorly it sells, you'll come out on top, because you didn't invest all that much into it. You know what I'm saying? And PES, the football game, is exactly that, a football game. It has a silent but huge audience. Yeah, that's the one I was talking about. Alright, do we go after the tiny fellas first, or the big fella? You know what, doesn't matter. I think I'm just gonna use one of my bitter sprays, and let that do most of the heavy lifting for me. Although it would be nice if I could get you guys corralled in a nice, safe space. There we go. Don't wake him up. I saw you. You were trying to wake him up. Now then, it is time. Go, my precious children! And our prize is a big old dangerous thing. What is that? A can opener, of course. Like a really, really old school can opener. I don't think I have ever seen, much less used, a can opener like that in a normal household. In fact, I'm not even sure if I've ever seen it in, like, a store or anything like that. Like, that's about as old school of a tool as you can go these days. Can openers in general are kind of on their way out anyway, as more and more companies are turning to the, you know, the cans that you just have to pop the lid off of. Which I think is a fine idea. Canned foods are mostly consumed by very low-income households, who very likely do not have a proper can opener of any description. You know, electric or otherwise. And so, the companies like Chef Boyardee, Campbell's, that have been pumping out these cans with the pop-top lids, it's just what they needed. Keeps that stuff flying off the shelf. I very much dread the day that I have to stock an aisle full of canned goods. You've had so little luck with modern can openers that you're willing to try that old thing? Even if I was struggling with electric can openers, I would not use that thing. Too big of a risk of harming myself. Hold on a minute. Sub-level 10? Are there more than 10 sub-levels here? This definitely is not the final boss room. What is going on here? I suppose my memory is a little bit off then. Just checking for bombs, don't mind me. Man, you literally do have to do, like, minesweeping in this game. Like, literal checking for bombs in order to make sure that it's safe to proceed. Peoples might forget, but that's what minesweeping was originally intended for. Alright, so what's the deal here? I see two emperors hiding in the dirt. And some mites, for no good reason. Just a whole swarm of mites here, just to screw everything up. Well, you know what? I've got bitter sprays for days. So why don't we bring in our usual squad of reds and such, and deal with the Emperor the modern way. By burping on it. Oi, you there, wake it up. Oh no, more mites, more mites. That's not good. Are you kidding me? I didn't realize this was gonna be a thing. Okay, that's so stupid. Apparently, we not only have to check for mines, we have to check for bed bugs. Oh, Christ. There's no precious bomb rocks to help us out either. Well, that's a bitter spray wasted. Yes, it's bittersweet ennui. Uh-oh. Get out of there, little friend. Hey, you. Hey, you. Hey, you! Over here. Ooh, that went well. Right, number 2. I can't believe the final boss of Pikmin 1 has just been reduced to this common-ass enemy. Uh-oh. I'm trying to do this, like, without relying on the sprays too much. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, panic! Why have I not made that emote yet? Hey, that thing looks familiar. But yeah, a panic emote would just be too perfect for this game, and I've just been sitting on my ass. I haven't been doing anything with it. It's right here. It's still on my my stream start soon screen. This like old Pac-Man fella here, and I'm just not doing anything with it. Oops, oops, oops. I might have just blown your ears off with that. I'm sorry. I was trying to mute my desktop audio because I realized that I left it on, and I accidentally shot it up to like maximum volume. Think of another Nintendo Switch thing before we drop it completely. Well, hey, I have something that's not from the Direct, but it is Switch related. You might have seen me post about it on Facebook. Kirby's Adventure and Super Mario Bros. 2 are finally available on the NES Online service. And I'm really happy about that. Those were two really, really crucial games that were missing from the NES lineup. And now that we finally have them, I feel like the NES Online service is finally good. You know what I mean? Oh man, we're still not done. We have to deal with the Empress Bulblax first. How deep is this hole? I thought it was only going to be 10 levels. Oh no. Oh no, not these things again. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Quickly. Get back here. Alright. You know the deal. Punch him. Then switch to the other captain and move with the Pikmin. Wow, this is mean. Putting the posterior of the Empress right in our faces. Actually, that sounds a bit wrong now that I've said that out loud. Quickly, Almar, run! Just don't even worry about fighting just yet. We need to, like, protect ourselves. We need to hole up in that tiny little spot where the exit is. Ugh, I think this will be the last time we ever have to worry about the Empress Bulblax, which is good, because I'm sick of these little fellas. Okay, I need an attack squad. You'll do. Thank God we got the, like, body armor for the captains. Alright, it is almost time to commence the attack. I was about Starlink basically becoming a Star Fox spin-off. Yeah, they do not even care about the original characters anymore. Hey, you tricked me. Ooh, what a way to go! Ouch! That's a real nasty trick, causing a landslide like that. It's alright though. I think we'll be okay here, just gotta keep an eye on the shadows. But yeah, I would honestly consider the situation with Starlink to be like one of the funniest turns of events ever. It's like literally no one cares about the original stuff that Starlink has to offer. We just want to get back to the Star Wolf situation. We want to get back to those side quests. And can I just say, Team Star Wolf looks really good in their new HD graphics. Like, if they keep adding more Star Fox content, or hell, if they even, like... Well, okay. It's a little bit of a stretch, but if they released an entire new, like... If they just kept going with the DLC, and kept adding more and more Star Fox stuff, that would probably incentivize me to buy the game more. Although what they have right now is not quite enough. Mostly because the gameplay itself just doesn't really interest me quite as much as it could. Hey, you, get out of there. Is there still a larva? You bet your butt-tootie there is. There we go. Yeah, these little doohickeys kind of look familiar, don't they? Wonder what they could be. There is virtually no reason to get that game on anything besides Switch. You're literally missing entire DLC packs on any other version. Wait a minute. What other systems is Starlink released on? Like, I hadn't even considered the prospect that these updates will not be available whatsoever on any other consoles, because I forgot that it was even available on any other consoles. That's a bit mental. Some would argue there's no point in going cross-platform if you're just gonna offer all the goodies to one particular console. Wow, I had no idea. Although, come to think of it, the, like, physical side of Starlink, like the little toy ships, aren't those only compatible with the Switch version? Man, we're still not done yet. On the other hand, this is a nice rest sub-level. Jesus Christ, get out of here. Get out of my face. I can't do anything about it. It's too tight of a space. Man, more and more bitter sprays. These doodle bugs are rich in essence. Well, I guess we don't really have much of anything. Wait a minute. Ooh, hello there. Gotcha! So yeah, apparently we're collecting gyromite blocks. Did you recognize them? Oh, hang on a minute. What's that? Is there something up here? Is there perhaps a giant spider up here? Nope, just a glint beetle. The little toys are for every version, but only Nintendo has Star Fox. Ah, okay. There's not even other version exclusive content, like Master Chief on Xbox or Ratchet & Clank on PS4. That would be a really neat way to promote the sales, but, yeah, it doesn't sound like they decided to do that. It was just, cross-platform for the sake of being cross-platform. There's no real substance to it, is there? Alright, I got a feeling I'm gonna be needing some blues very soon. So let's pop one of these fellas in here for a little bit of blue power. One, two, three. Three! Wait, where's the thing again? Where's my little blobs that I worked so hard to excavate? There they are. Wow, how did I miss that? Well, very good trivia nonetheless about Starlink. I'm glad to know that now. Also mentioned was... I think I touched on this briefly, but didn't really dig into it all that much. Bloodstained Curse of the... Wait. Bloodstained something of the Night. Bloodstained Symphony of the Night. It looks really promising compared to what the demo looked like. That strikes me as a game that's going to have a bit of a rough start, but once you get into the meat of the game, it's going to be amazing. Although I personally prefer, you know, Curse of the Moon, which we got already. The Castlevania 3 throwback. I'm sure that the proper big Bloodstained game is going to be very fun nonetheless. Bloodstained Ritual of the Night, thank you. Alright, we need to find a safe place to hide, because we got another man-at legs here. And it's going to make our lives miserable if we don't find a proper way to deal with it. As you can see, it is surrounded by water. And there's not really a good way to go about getting it. I'll tell you what we could do, though. Based off of a suggestion that I got from the last time I fought this thing. Is it possible, with purple Pikmin... Like, we're gonna have to be really careful here, but is it possible to just bum rush this thing and get it knocked out, like, immediately if you use a bitter spray? Well, no time for hesitation. We gotta try this now. Uh-oh, I missed. Okay, this is proving to be a big mistake. I might have to use 2 bitter sprays. Whatever, I don't care, just get it. This is not going well. This is so not going well. They can't reach! What is going on? Why can't I hit this thing? This is so fucked. I'm too invested, I can't stop now. We're gonna lose our entire blue Pikmin population here, aren't we? This is such a bad strategy. But I can't stop. Right, screw it. We're just gonna lure it over. We've wasted too much on this already. What are you doing? Get over here. Get over here, you sneaky, spidery bastard. I don't even care. Just get him! Wow, that was a disaster. We might not even be able to pick that up because we have too few non-blue Pikmin. Oh boy. Well, we had to have a bad spell eventually on this stream series. That was embarrassing, and I have many regrets. I'm gonna go ahead and place the blame on that one guy from chat that suggested that I bum rush with purples. I mean, maybe it would have worked if it wasn't for the water. But I blame him for planting the idea in my head. He probably knew that the only other man-at-legs in the game to worry about was surrounded by water. But he gave me that advice anyway. Well, there's no direction to go but forward from here. We just have to do our best. Final thoughts on the Direct. It wasn't bad, but other than Fire Emblem maybe, there was a lack of any big announcements. Especially there hasn't been a Direct... hasn't been a Direct for so long. You make a good point. Can't really say that Dragon Quest was all that deserving of that much screen time, and... Uh-oh. I see lots of Dweevils, but I don't know where the treasure is. Is it buried? Is it right here? Oh! Okay. Yeah, that's fine. This hole is going to give me a conniption. A beady long legs surrounded by all these pesky little dweevils. No, sir, I don't like it. You know what sucks the most? I don't think we're gonna get another rest sub-level. Whatever Pikmin we lost along the way, we're just gonna have to deal with it. We got a lot of games that made you go, hey, that's cool, but other than Astral Chain, but it's kind of niche. Oh, look at it! It's stomping on him! Okay, that changes a thing or two. It's a lot of work I don't have to do now. But still, we might not be able to do much if it chooses to continue stomping around in the water. Let's see, were there any titles in particular I was excited for? Oh yeah, we got announcements on Yoshi's Woolly World. We're which has been a long time coming. Like, Jesus Christ, just hurry up and release it already. I think there's supposed to be a demo available on the eShop for Yoshi's Crafted World. Did I say Woolly World? Crafted World, same difference. I'm sure it will be a fine game. But maybe not one that was worth a wait as long as this. Like, I don't know, something about it is giving me pause. Yeah, Yoshi's Crafted World. You know, honestly, I'm not all that much into the crafted aesthetic either. Like, it seems like a very cheap aesthetic to go for, compared to the coloring book visuals of the first game, first Yoshi's Island, and the... what's the one I'm looking for? The... like, paper... the pop-up book aesthetic of Yoshi's Story. And of course, the, okay, bad idea, bad idea, bad idea. Don't do that. Gotta wait for it to drop down first. And that's another... That's another bunch of squished Pikmin. Jesus Christ. We're in this for keeps, though. We have to keep going. Like, come hell or high water, we have to finish this. There's no turning back. Oops. Stupid, stupid, stupid. Why am I making these stupid mistakes? I think I'm getting too, like, antsy about finishing the game. Like, that's all I care about. Pikmin lives be damned. Did we get it? We got it. We're almost done. Just a little bit further and we'll be out of this wretched hole. We're gonna collect all the gyro blocks and we're gonna get out of here. I hope there's no, like, buried treasures around here. We just don't have the manpower to go digging for buried treasure right now. Man, I really did not expect this to be so goddamn long. Rob, you better be thankful that I'm gathering all your lost blocks for you. Do you think they'll ever make a new version of a, Rob game? Robotic Operating Buddy game? I mean, there are only two, Stack Up and Gyromite. There was a game portion that didn't really have anything to do with the Robotic Operating Buddy. Like, the part that actually played out on the NES screen might be worth making a port of, depending on how you... What? Jellyfish. Should I be worried about the jellies? Rob Labo? Rob Labo. Could that work? Well, if anyone's capable of making it work, it's Nintendo. I mean, of course, it's their property, but what I would... Even if it wasn't, what I'm saying is... You know, Nintendo tends to be pretty good at innovating about new things. And old things. Like, they got clever idea people on their team. Alright, jellyfish, not a problem. The only problem is that I forgot the last time I fought these things that, they were round. So my Pikmin had a hard time, like, latching onto them. Alright, yeah, we're fine. Just gotta keep an eye on that last one. I see a big spiderweb shadow, and you know what that means. There's trouble afoot. And I don't want that thing dropping in on us before I'm ready. Oh, there's another one. Jeez. 4 jellyfish. Why? Is that part of the challenge? Oh yeah, here's another surprise that I was not expecting. The announcement that you could play Deltarune Chapter 1 on Nintendo Switch. Like, the announcement itself is not all that surprising, because we have Undertale on Switch, but the fact that Toby Fox managed to put a trailer into a Nintendo Direct before his game's even done is a little bit surprising to me. Honestly, it's a pretty funny trailer, too. I'd recommend checking it out if you haven't already. He censors the game so that you don't get spoiled on anything by covering everything up with dogs. It's pretty funny. It's a beady Longlegs, but with a bigger body. In my opinion, that makes it, like, infinitely easier. But I feel like it's got a trick hidden up its sleeve that will make things a bit difficult here in a moment. Well, we'll see. I feel like I don't even really need to use the sprays on this fight. Ooh, bad move. You chose not to fight back, and now you are screwed. Yeah, that thing is... This thing is a pushover for how big it is. Well, good. I'm glad that the final boss of this hole wasn't... I would have been so mad if that killed my Pikmin. Alright, anyway. I think we're all good now. And look at what we found! It appears to be the severed head of a robotic operating buddy. How gruesome. Is it a Super Famicom? Nope. Here, let me see if I can give you a better look. What are they gonna call it? It's gonna be the ROB acronym. It is the Remembered Old Buddy. Well, isn't that nice? I don't really feel like this hole was worth it, though. For all the trouble it gave me, I feel like there could have been something a bit more substantial at the end. But, oh well. It's time to leave. We still have one more challenge to overcome tonight before we defeat all of Pikmin 2. Oh, it's a dead robot. Yeah. But was it ever truly alive? 60 Pikmin! Ouch. That's a new low for me. I'm just so desperate to get this game done and over with. I'm trampling over the lives of my poor little Pikmin. But what can I say? I've noticed that I tend to fall off very quickly with my commentary while playing this game. I don't know what it is about it. It just doesn't get me to talking. I just want to focus on the Pikmin. Alright, so we got 5 reds over there. We probably don't need that many reds. No sprays? Fine. It's simultaneously a relaxing game and a stressful game. That's a good way to sum it up. Especially now that we're near the end of the game. Alright, for this final hole, I'm going in with 20 of each color. And I'm probably not coming back out with 20 of each color. But we must do what we can. We must do what we must because we can. Alright, it's time. We must challenge the final battle as soon as we defeat a Snitchbot. Hey, you! I don't like your face. Get out of here. The one obstacle remaining in my path. Oh yeah, fun trivia for you. Maybe not all that fun, actually, but did you notice that certain songs related to Pikmin were missing in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate? I forget the name of the group that made them. Oh, what the hell? That thing ate my bridge! I didn't know that thing ate bridges. Well, fine. I guess we're going the other way, then. But yeah, songs such as Ai no Uta, which I don't know what that means, but there were... You're back too! Oh, that's right. I never actually killed it. I just, like, distracted it and, like, snuck around it. Which is exactly what I'm going to do a second time, if I can get away with it. Yeah, who says you can't do covert ops with, Army of 100? To burn my bridge is one thing, but to eat it, that is treason of the highest order! Well, anyway, yeah, apparently music licenses are not easy to come by, even if you're a company as big and influential as Nintendo. That's why they couldn't get all that much, you know, Final Fantasy music, that's why they couldn't get Ai no Uta back, among others. It's just hard to keep up with the licenses, so it's best to just, you know, make it yourself. It's part of why the whole content ID thing is so fucked on YouTube. Alright, Dream Den, here we go. I have no idea how deep this is going to be, but believe me, when we reach the end, you'll know it. It's probably going to take at least half an hour to get through this, but wow, it took us a long time to get through the Hole of Heroes. It took us like an hour and a half. Jeez. Well, my sincerest hope is that the Dream Den is, like, the final dungeon, and the Hole of Heroes was intended to be, like, the bonus dungeon. That's, like, way harder. As evidenced by the, you know, boss rush. We should not have to deal with too many boss enemies here. Although we probably will have hazards of every kind. This may look like a peaceful garden, but it is anything but that. I just had a silly idea. You know what would have made the Nintendo Direct truly disappointing? If we got an announcement for Mario and Luigi Partners in Time on the Nintendo 3DS. With some random Bowser-related thing going on as a side quest, as a side attraction. Because that's just what they've been doing with the Mario and Luigi series. That's all they seem to be interested in doing with the Mario and Luigi series. Let me tell you, I'm not terribly happy with the direction that Nintendo's Mario RPGs are going. Now, don't get me wrong, Superstar Saga and Bowser's Inside Story are great games, but remakes, I feel, don't really add all that much to them, I say, as a man who has not played either of the remakes. Do I really have any justification to be saying these things? I don't know. Oh, that's the decision you have to make as a consumer. You have to judge these things before you buy them. You know, I don't really see the stigma in criticizing people for being critical of games before they played them. Because, I mean, your money's hard-earned. You gotta be smart in how you spend it. So I think it is perfectly justifiable to complain about a game before it's out. If you don't like what you see before you bought it, what's gonna change it after you bought it? Speaking of Mario RPGs, the other day a random thought crossed your head. Princess Knigget Peach. Princess Night Peach. There was a panel of, Super Mario-kun, like the old Nintendo Mario manga, that had Princess Peach not as a knight, but as a plumber, with, like, her hair put up and everything, wearing the plumber clothes. It was an interesting concept. I imagine it would be similar to that. But if you want to know what she would, like, act like as a princess knight, I feel like there's plenty of examples to draw on at this point. It's admittedly kind of a common trope in fantasy, so it might be interesting as far as the character is concerned, because she hasn't really done all that much with herself, let's be honest. But in general, the idea doesn't really stand out to me all that much. And yet, for some reason, I feel like I would speak differently of Zelda as a knight. Like if Link and Zelda's roles were switched for one game. I can't really explain why. Why does one idea interest me so much more than the other? Maybe it's just because Princess Peach is kind of a boring character. No, she's definitely a boring character. The main reason you thought of that is because you'd like to see Peach actually be a princess for lunch? For lunch? Wow, how did that word get into my mouth? As in running a kingdom and caring for her people in a personal level, rather than just, you know, baking cakes and inviting toads over for dinner. Hang on a minute. Sorry, I lost my voice for a minute there. Oh, it's this place. With the artillery tower. I always remember having a bit of a difficult time approaching this. And honestly, I'm not sure how I'm gonna go about it this time. Hey, if one of those Pikmin fans from my previous streams happens to be watching, I would greatly appreciate your advice right now. All will be forgiven. The Man at Legs incident will be forgiven if you give me good advice right now on how to deal with this artillery tower. Let's hope we can at least get this fella out of the way first, before we get blown to high heaven. Alright, now my initial idea is to try and distract it with one captain, while the other one sneaks up behind and gives it a little bit of what for. Also, this thing sucks at friendly fire. We saw this yesterday in the, what was it, the Chaos Complex? No, that's not it. That's the name of a Super Mario World ROM hack. The Cavern of Chaos, that was it. There we go. Yeah, where the level was clearly designed so that you could lead a Gatling Groink around on foot and have it just blast entire herds of tiny Bulborbs. And despite that, I only got like 2 or 3 out of the like 50 that were on the sub-level knocked out with the Gatling Groink. The blast radius is honestly just not all that big on those explosives. Direct hit. That's the only way this thing's ever gonna get a kill. Alright, so what happens if I do this? Alright. Alright. That's, weird. But it might work. Tell you what, how about we, for the sake of being really super duper sneaky... Oh, that's not gonna work. Why are you sliding off? Oh my god, these purples. Give me a break. Okay, this might actually work. Wait, what? Whoa, hold on a minute. They can't reach? Uh-oh. Get out of there, you fools. Do we actually have to go at that thing with yellow Pikmin? Ah, man. And here I thought I was being clever. I think we might absolutely have to do this with yellows. But hey. At the very least, we can still pull off this cheesy strategy. Oh, that made me nervous. But hey, whatever works. Alright, let's try it this way. Alright, ready, set, go! Yes, it worked! Now we just need to get that thing out of here before it wakes up. Okay, that went better than expected, I must say. Oh wait, did I leave any of the little ones alive? Okay, good. Whew. Okay, back to talking about princesses. Zelda and Peach may be Nintendo's staple princesses, but the characters are so fundamentally different, it's understandable to like one but not the other. Right. Yeah, it really says something when people were, like, way more excited about the idea of Bowser turning into a princess than they were about, like, getting a slightly tweaked version of Peach from Toadette. And some people might say, oh, isn't that technically the same thing? No, not really. Because Peachette is pretty much just Princess Peach with twin tails. Not that Toadette has all that much of a personality to speak of either, but you know what I'm saying. It's like basically just another Princess Peach. Whereas Bowsette gets to keep all of the, you know, character quirks of the King of the Koopas that we've come to know and love over the years. Especially from the RPG series. Like, Bowser is a genuinely interesting character in the RPGs. Get a Nintendo 64 pencil. The implement of toil. I see what you mean. If an animator has worked that hard, well, okay, more like sketch artist, but so hard that they have worn down both ends of their main pencil. Yeah, maybe it's time for them to take a break, buy a new pencil or something. Ah, man, what was my favorite, like, Bowser game? Where Bowser, like, stood out as the most interesting character. Probably Bowser's Inside Story, and for good reason. I mean, he's, like, the focal character of that game. To where it honestly feels like the Mario and Luigi segments are kind of just, you know, distractions on the road to, taking your castle back as King Bowser. But in most of the Mario RPG series, he's been a pretty great character. Super Paper Mario, also a pretty good instance of him not just being like buddy-buddy to Mario and friends just because they've got a common enemy. He actually does turn on Mario at some point, despite them working together against Count Bleck. Because he's got his own agenda, that agenda being, well, hey, I was married to Peach right at the beginning of the game. I want to make that authentic. Why can't you just let me have this? So, yeah, late in the game, he actually does try to stop you. Did I kill that thing? Why is it dead? I didn't fight this thing, did I? Ooh, that's got me a little bit spooked. It's like there's a ghost creeping around here. There's definitely something up. Because this is too normal. Dirigibugs? Alright, that counts as a very threatening threat. I did kill it? Oh. I don't know how I forgot. Do I even need to go over this way? Like, if there's no treasure, then there's no point in bothering these things, right? Ah. Buried treasure, of course. Alright, looks like we do have to go this way. With that in mind, we just know Bowser a lot more personally than we do Peach. How peculiar is that? There's a reason there's so many jokes going around that, like, oh, jeez, bomb rocks. I'm used to them now, apparently. There were all these jokes going around that, you know, Bowser and Mario were developing, like, a proper friendship while Peach was just off doing nothing. Like the end of Super Mario Odyssey, like, they had that one moment of bonding that was, like, closer emotionally than Mario has ever been to the princess. Which was just a genuinely fantastic moment. Hey, speaking of Mario Odyssey, here's a surprise from the Nintendo Direct that we just got, and that is the absence of any announcements for Mario Odyssey DLC. Like, aren't we kind of long overdue for a bit of Odyssey DLC at this point? It feels very suspicious that we haven't had a major update yet. Maybe that's just me. But I feel like it has to happen at some point. And the only reason for them not to do that is if they're waiting to develop a Mario Odyssey 2. Which is not completely off the table. Comparing Peach to Zelda, we've seen Zelda to be more human, ironically, than Peach. Let's see, there is a way to phrase that that makes more sense, but I can't think of it off the top of my head. Oops. Famous last words. Oops. Alright, now's a good time to stomp these Bulbulbs quickly. Before they get blown up. Actually, you know what? I could've just had the Dirigibug do all the hard work. Just let him knock him out. It's fine. Alright, do we want to worry about the electricity or the... Yeah, we want to get the electricity out of here quick. Let's go ahead and do that. Yeah, Zelda has had a lot more characterization over the years. Considering the time that was focused on her in Skyward Sword. I was almost going to say Twilight Princess, but she didn't actually do all that much by the end of it. But Breath of the Wild... kind of. Skyward Sword was probably where she got the most amount of screen time. I don't know that much about the game, but I do remember that she was like kind of a... almost like a villager, almost. You know, on the same level as Bruce and Link and all the others. To where their character interactions are almost like something out of a high school drama. You know, oh, who's she gonna go to the dance with? You know, stuff like that. Where's my white Pikmin? Peach almost feels like a reward. Well, yes, technically speaking, that's pretty much how she's been since her, you know, inception way back in the day. There's a reason she's been criticized so heavily by, you know, feminist journos and what have you over the... Ah! That is so not cool. Pikmin squad, assemble! Ugh. Never do that again! Huh? Wait a minute. That's the thing! That's the thing that I'm using! Oh! The Glee Spinner! That's actually kind of a cute treasure to find. Just a broken-ass joystick from a Nintendo Gamecube controller. It's funny because that's usually the first thing to break on a regular Gamecube controller. Especially if you play a lot of Melee. Speaking of which, I don't expect this new controller of mine to last all that long. That's why I bought 2 of them. Oh yeah, this doesn't really have anything to do with anything, but I might as well breach the subject now. Why not? I want to play a Pokemon game someday this year. And given that we did not get any announcements on Pokemon, we're probably not going to see it until, like, holiday season. Late in the year. Ooh, that's a lot of beetly beetles. I don't like them. Let me just take a squad of purples if I can. And just pound the living daylights out of them. Are you serious? I was trying to get them to safety before it, like, flung them over the edge, but they just fell off anyway. Oh, Jesus, this is making me so worried. Well, what did I say? We enter with 20 of each color of Pikmin. We don't necessarily leave with 20 of each color. Oh no, oh no. Run, run. Uh-oh. I can't get away from him. Alright, we're gonna work backwards a little bit here. Corridors and cannon beetles. I didn't realize how nasty of a combination that was. Nope. I see what you're trying to do there, and I don't like it. Like, that's all that I can rely on, is that the purple Pikmin will stun the cannon beetles. Easy. Okay, bad idea. Run. Okay, there we go. Speaking of Pokemon, have you ever seen this? Oh, right, I got completely sidetracked. Oh, is that just, like, music? Like, Hoenn music with the trumpet boy? Ow, 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 ow! Oh, jeez, that was loud. I suppose it's what you expected. I have my desktop audio muted, so you guys did not hear that, but trust me when I say it was way louder than I was expecting. That didn't work. Right, so I was going to ask for help choosing a Pokemon game to play on stream. I can't really guarantee when this will happen. Maybe in early or late summer? I'm not really sure. But whenever I have the time for it, I would like to revisit a classic Pokemon game. And there's a few options on the table. From the DS era, we have Pokemon Heart Gold Soul Silver, which I would like to try sometime, with a randomizer. And there's also Pokemon Black and White, which I have been wanting to revisit. I may also put that through a randomizer. There's also like Pokemon X and Y. I'm not sure if I can randomize that, but if Citra has it working, it might be worth taking a gander at that. Alright, let's take a moment and break down some of these poison vents. So there's the option of that, through the assistance of emulators, or I could do a follow-up to Pokemon Colosseum and break out my copy of Pokemon XD, Gale of Darkness, on the Gamecube. It would be completely unmodified. It would be a straight playthrough of an ordinary Pokemon game. And I wonder if that would interest you. That being said, it also suffers from the same problems as Pokemon Colosseum, in that, you know, grinding just takes forever. And if I play it unmodified, then there's no, like, cheats I can do to enhance the experience, so we really gotta be ready for Pokemon XD for me to begin a stream series of that. And in fact, we may just decide that, you know, vanilla is just too boring to consider nowadays. And we'll just do it like we did with Pokemon Colosseum. We'll have like a shuffleizer or something. Whoa! That boulder can travel. This thing is making me really, really worried. I mean, there is a Sparky Beetle. That's not going to be enough. Come on. Yes, there we go. You know what? Oh! Jesus! That didn't work. Those rocks. I hate how they can just cling to the walls. Oh my god, it's like it's like it's the protagonist of a rail shooter. And it's just grinding on the rails. Alright. Enough tomfoolery. It's time for you to stop. Good lord. You know, I haven't really thought about this at all, but is there even a treasure down this way? Have I cleared my way down this way for nothing? Oh no. Really? Really? We didn't have to do any of that? All we need to do is go after the silver coin at the end. Well, I feel silly now. Alright, off with you. I'll just wait here until it's taken. Whatever you feel like playing? Oh, thanks. Vanilla Pokemon is probably boring for a long-time fan, but a newcomer like you wouldn't mind? Well, that's refreshing to hear. Thank you. I suppose it'll really just depend on what we have the time for. Although that being said, you know what? If time is of the essence, I will probably end up playing Pokemon Black or White with a randomizer on it, because that has a post-game that does not interest me in the slightest. Pokemon XD will take a long time, just because of the nature of the game. And Pokemon Heart Gold and Soul Silver has a massive post-game that is very much worth exploring, so if we have a lot of time on our hands in the middle of the season, stream season, whatever, then we'll do XD or Heart Gold Soul Silver, or hey, that might be an idea for you to stream someday. Weren't you interested in taking a look at the second generation of Pokemon? If you have any interest whatsoever, a friend of mine in the chat, if you have any interest whatsoever in doing a Gen 2 game like Heart Gold Soul Silver, then I will not stream that game this year, and instead go for either Black and White or XD. And then it will just be a matter of how much time we have to spare, rather than me having to, like, pick a favorite. Because all Pokemon games have their ups and downs. Although, in my personal opinion, 4th generation wasn't all that good. Like, honest to goodness, if we get remakes for, what's it called? Uh-oh. Oh no. Dang nabbit. That could have gone better. Hope we get a good proper rest sub-level so I can replenish my Pikmin numbers. You know, honestly, vanilla Black and White by themselves are pretty interesting experiences. Because that was the one game in the series that, like, did not reuse any Pokemon at all whatsoever during the main campaign. It had 150 brand new Pokemon to experience in a completely new area. That was the whole gimmick behind Black and White. You know, that was a promise. You would not run into any old Pokemon while experiencing that story. Now, granted, you certainly ran into, like, carbon copies of old Pikmin, such as, you know, instead of Zubat, we got Woobat. Instead of Geodude, we got this little fella called, Roggenrola. Yeah. Instead of Rattata, you got Patrat. Instead of Pidgey, we got Pidove. So, you know, very familiar faces. But on the whole, it was refreshing just to have an entirely new set of Pokemon. An entirely new set of rules. For an entirely new world. It really shook up the usual meta. You know what I mean? Can't rely on your old standbys to get you through. You have to learn and adapt to what you have on hand. And that was an exciting experience. Strangely enough, the 5th generation was also, like, the worst as far as TM compatibility goes. That was like the gimmick. Old Pokemon were immensely compatible with with a whole bunch of TMs, but new Pokemon from the 5th generation could barely do anything with them. It was like a trade-off. Because on the whole, the Gen 5 Pokemon were statistically stronger than the Pokemon that came before them. You were thinking of checking out Gen 2 eventually? Just have to admit that you'll either be really late to Gen 8, or you'll just skip a lot of gens. Well, like I said, Gen 4 really was not all that good. If they make a remake of Pokemon Diamond and Pearl, there's like a 50% chance that I'm gonna skip out on it altogether. Now, granted, part of the problem was, like, hardware-based, or something. There was some kind of really strange problem back in that day, where, for some bizarre reason, saving your game took ages. There was something really strange going on with the Pokemon storage, so if you accessed your PC even once, didn't matter. Didn't matter if you actually did anything in the PC. If you opened that box even once, then you will have to sit through an absurdly long save period. It got slightly better with the release of Platinum, and I think they fixed it by the time Heart Gold Soul Silver happened. But man, was that annoying. And on the whole, Gen 4 just felt slow. Insect Condo. Interesting name. Alright, where's the exit? Is that the exit? I think that's the exit. Again, I didn't need to kill all those things in order to get that one treasure. Like, I need to pay attention to where the treasure actually is if I want to speed this up. You know, talking about slow games, talking about speed. Ugh. Hey, pro tip, if you ever play a classic Gen 4 game, get something with the ability Intimidate. It'll save your life. Oh no, this looks familiar. We already did this. Do we really have to fight another burrowing Snarrow? Oh no, wait, it's just jellyfish. What? What? Really? Is that all I have to do is fight a jellyfish? Well, I'll admit that the cannon beetles are going to make it a little bit of a pain. Let me see if I can trick them into giving each other a little bit of the old shoot. Let's line it up. Oh, you can shoot the jellyfish with him? That's unexpected. I need to be better at lining up. Oh, never mind, I got him! Got him. Uh-oh. The president has been... Oh, what? Whoa, 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 what? Hang on, is that a legitimate strategy I can do? Is to, like, intentionally get sucked up, make it float down, and then... Wow, that's amazing! New strategy! I don't even have to do anything. I mean, I'm sure this is terrifying for Mr. President, but... This is just a really funny way to do combat. Like, my god. I don't think I've ever seen anything like it. Ooh, crystal ball. Alright. Let's just go ahead and get rid of that thing. We'll swarm them with everything we got. Ooh! I didn't expect him to get him with just the one Pikmin that I threw. Nice. Pro strats. Yeah, I've never actually done that before. That was pretty cool. Alright, very cool. Let's round up these treasures and move on. That was pretty easy, compared to the nightmares we've had to deal with so far. Crystal, crystal, on the ball. Show me rocks and where they will fall. Alright, unless there's eggs behind these gates, I'm not interested. Better not be anything nasty behind these. Anything? Yes, eggs. Alright, good. Now let's go about breaking these down. Allow that Pokemon talk being instead. Your current streaming plan is to focus more on your physical games rather than emulators. I see. I hope that's not just because of what I said the other day about Twitch and like having a purge of emulator users, because I think we both concluded that that was not as relevant as we thought it was. Yeah, a bit of old news, not entirely related to the way that people like you and me use emulators. Excuse me. Has everyone here got a flower? Alright, good. Alright, that should be everyone. You may say that you'd like to stream Heart Gold, Soul Silver, but you know you're not actually going to do that anytime soon. Well, all the more reason for me to consider it then. If I recall correctly, you were more interested in Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, correct? Especially now that Citra has been getting some substantial updates. Which, I mean, more power to you. I am not going to hold it against you if you decide to skip around with Pokemon generations. I doubt anyone would. That didn't have anything to do with it. You want to, let's say, be done with your PS2. I get what you're saying. Wow! Snuck up on me. Get off me. Alright, that was annoying. What else we got here? Wow, this is going to be the sub-level of annoying things I see. We got blowhogs, we got dirigibugs, we got snitchbugs. All the worst that this series has to offer. On display for you in one convenient package. Actually, let's not engage them too soon. If possible, I would like to get the drop on those dirigibugs and knock them down before they have a chance to spawn even one bomb. Yes! Yes, just like that. Shoot! Not like that at all. Oh no. No, 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 no. That thing's gonna drop a bomb or something. Get out of here. Oh my god, we're missing someone. There's a white Pikmin way over there. We have to save it. Whew. Okay. That was a good bum rush. That was a really good bum rush. So we're gonna have to be careful if we want to get the other dirigibugs. Before it's too late. This thing also needs to go because it's just gonna disrupt me like crazy. Alright, quick, 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 quick. It doesn't suspect a thing. Get it! Get it! No! It didn't work! They took too long. Alright, it's fine. We got it. There's the other one. Yes! I don't even care if I get blown around by a blowhog. Oh my god, get him! How am I missing? How am I missing so bad? Oh my god! Maybe I should be using bird's eye view more often. Wow, yeah, this sub-level is just a pain in the ass. You know what? I don't even care about flowers. I don't even care. All I care is that these guys are out of here. Yes, swarm them, my pretties. Yes. And of course, the very last one is the one that dropped the treasure. Also, I'm starting to notice a pattern here. Is there, like, only one treasure per sub-level? Because that's how it's kind of looking right now. And if so, that's good news for me. That gives me the intel I need to go through this more quickly and efficiently. Oh man, poor Mr. President. He's taking a lot of damage. You can't be thinking about streaming a bunch of Pokemon games soon when Tales of Legendia alone has 22 streams and still counting. I think Tales of Legendia is a bit of an exceptionally long game. As well as most Tales of games in general, from my understanding. The essence of desire. Cool. Well, you know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, how long does it take to beat an average Pokemon game? Let's check it out. What's the name of that website again? How Long to Beat. Yeah, let's check it out real quick. Alright, so... Tales of the Ledge. I mean, Tales of Legendia. According to this, takes about 33 hours to complete the main story, 55 hours to get the extra content in addition to that, and 81.5 hours, Jesus Christ, to go for 100% completion. Alright, let's check out Pokemon Heart Gold. 39.5 hours to beat the main story, 72 to do main plus extra. And 230 hours for completionist. Is that like... Is their idea of completionist like getting every single Pokemon in the game? Jesus Christ. Only a madman would pursue that kind of goal in a Pokemon game. Now then, oops. Let's compare that to Pokemon Black. Wow, according to this, Pokemon Black has an even longer story at 32.5 hours. I didn't realize it. I guess... Ugh. Wow. It's longer than I thought. What about Pokemon XD? 25.5 hours? Are you kidding me? Pokemon XD is the shortest of them all? Oof. I guess I should take this into consideration. As I... Why not consider considering something for the consideration of the considerings in your life? Yeah, I guess Pokemon XD is going to be first on the chopping block. And by that I mean, like... Okay, not the chopping block. That was a terrible phrase to use. It's probably going to be at the forefront of my decisions on which Pokemon game to go for. Oh, this is a bit weird. I'm in a massive spiral, like a flippin' Nautilus or something. Surrounded by Dweevils! I think we'll be okay if we go through this slowly. And once we get that blasted cricket out of the way, things will go much smoother. Alright, good. Good, good, good. I'm glad we got that done quickly. Now then. Let's get these hazards out of the way. How long is my average stream? 3 hours? Yes, that sounds like a pretty good average. So yeah, let's do a bit of maths. For me to complete a 30-hour game, such as Pokemon Heart Gold Soul Silver. Oh wait, I did that already. It would take approximately 10 streams, which is really not all that bad, really. Oh, that's not good. I thought I had him. I guess no. I'll get him this time. There we go. Although now I have to waltz back down and go the long way around. Yeah, 10-ish streams. So that means it would probably take less than that in order to finish Pokemon XD, which is good. I don't want it to take too long. Although I must say, these Pikmin streams have gone on for what feels like a relatively long time. And yet, in spite of that, I suppose this has technically been one of my shorter stream series. All things considered. Nope, come back. It's not worth going into the fire for. So, this doesn't have anything to do with anything, but I think it might interest you in the chat. Vinny recently had a minor Dreamcast showcase in which he showed off some of the quote-unquote quality games that the Dreamcast had to offer. None of the big ones. They were pretty obscure. It's not like, you know, your Sonic Adventures, your, whoa, Jack-O-Lantern. Not your Seamans, not your Space Channel 5s, nothing like that. No, this was all weird, obscure games that probably no one's ever heard of before. And in that list was a very interesting game called The Ring, with some kind of subtitle that I forgot about. And no, it didn't have anything to do with the film The Ring. In fact, I didn't see any relation to anything even remotely Ring-related. And it was a bit weird, because at first it looked like it was going to be kind of a adventure game, kind of in the style of, like a detective noir game. Oh shoot! No, 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 no! Well, that guy's lost. I can't reach him! Wow, that sucked. Maybe it wasn't such a good idea to bring everyone up at once, because that's gonna happen. Jeez. I tried turning just a little bit, and then everyone just ends up going the wrong way. Jeez. The Ring, funny, Germa started with that game. Oh, so you know all about it then. So yeah, that game looked like it was going to start off as like a adventure game or like a detective noir aesthetic kind of game. And after a really boring and terrible intro, it ends up turning into something like Resident Evil, of all things. With some of the best, worst cutscenes I've ever seen in a video game. Tell me, did Germa end up streaming the entire game? Because if so, I need to see this. If you happen to have a link handy, please send it to me. Because that game looks legendarily bad. If Germa's already done like a full playthrough of it, then I guess I'll just go watch his video. But if not, I would honestly recommend checking it out yourself. Just because it seems so amazingly terrible. You don't know? You only dropped by his stream for a bit, but he played a bunch of different Dreamcast games? Alright, it's pretty likely then that he only touched on it for a moment. I should look at, I should look and see if Retsupre has given that game a go. It's right up their alley, with cutscenes ripe for mocking. And again, if there's no full playthrough handily available with snarky dialogue, maybe we should consider that. It looks really, really fun to just go through and riff on. Alright, time to pick up all the bug buddies. Give me a link on. You'll give me a link on Facebook to Dreama's first Germcast archive. Good words. Alright, this is what we really came here for. Get that jack-o'-lantern. Whoa! Smooth moves. Yeah, I think we could pluck a few of these off here. Go for the other one. Whoa, what was that? Was that my phone vibrating because you just sent me a thing on Facebook? That might be what it is. Don't worry, I won't hold it against you. It's just my phone being silly. You know, here's another thing that I'm surprised, you know, speaking of phones. I'm surprised we didn't hear anything remotely related to Nintendo's mobile games. Because there's at least one in development. Like, yeah, Dr. Mario World. But in addition to that, like, with all that talk about Fire Emblem Three Houses... Possessed Squash. Good. I'm really surprised that we didn't hear any announcements related to Fire Emblem Heroes. Like, even just a minor little, like, ticker at the bottom saying, oh, by the way, we're going to add Fire Emblem Three Houses characters in Fire Emblem Heroes very soon. Oh no, I'm just expecting that to happen. Like, I feel like it's right around the corner. Yeah, I have my air conditioner hooked up right now. You know what? That's the other reason why I haven't been able to sleep as well as I have been. Not only because of all the construction noises, but also because of the weather. for the past couple of weeks, it's just been rapidly fluctuating up and down between hot and cold, hot and cold. Hot enough to need an air conditioner, cold enough to need an extra blanket. I'm sorry, what? The extreme perspirator? I have no idea what that thing is. I don't like it. You'd hope they wouldn't release Three Houses characters and heroes before Three Houses comes out. You know, come to think of it, Fire Emblem Heroes came out before Shadows of Valentia. For an appropriate aspect, like use your words. For an appropriate prediction on when we will get Three Houses characters and heroes, I should probably look to Shadows of Valentia as an example. Hello, friend. I'm happy to see you for once. Come here. Give me your precious nectar. Aww. Wow, we've really burned through those bitter sprays, haven't we? In really stupid ways, too. I'm never gonna forgive myself for that Man at Legs battle. Oop, hello, here's another one. Gotta lead your target. Ready? And go. Nice. Well, we got a buttload of spicy sprays. I guess we're gonna use them against the final boss. Which, don't forget, is actually coming up. We're actually going to see the final boss very shortly. I thank you for sticking around with me this far. I think it's just about all over. Oh no, oh no. No, 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 no. We have one last chance to get some sprays. And these Joodle bugs, while a good source of spray power, are making things a bit difficult for me right now. No, that's not what I meant to press! How did that even happen? Oh god, I'm gonna choke. Oh god. This is not the time for this. I don't even care anymore. I lost a purple Pikmin because of this thing. Well, I got 2 bitter sprays out of it. Will that have been worth it? Time will tell. And we didn't even get anything to replace our lost Pikmin. This sucks. I guess we have no choice but to move on. All this nectar isn't really going to help me if I can't grow any new Pikmin. Alright, onward. This might be the last level. The last sub-level of the game. Excuse me. Nope, we still got more to go. This is going to be another, like, 15-level hole. God damn. I wasn't ready for this. And it's another one of these fucking levels. Give me a fucking break. Fire, water, fire, water, fire, water, fire, water! That was a little bit mental. Wasn't I here an hour ago? Yeah, they're kind of recycling layouts here. Oh boy, that thing is coming right for me. If it attacks me from the water, I'm in trouble. I'm in big trouble. Alright, now's our chance. Get him! Okay, that was chaotic and terrible, and I never want to do that again. But we got it. Hopefully that is the biggest threat that we have to worry about here. Frogs, I can deal with. Jellyfish, I can deal with. Oh. Uh-oh. Careful. Okay. We're going to try my patented new strategy here. Locate the treasure and then leave as quickly as possible. Alright, now where could it be? Let's take a small little company of blues. I said blues. Let's see if we can't find out where to go. Ah, I'm getting a reaction. Must be inside the jellyfish. Ugh. And that thing can jump. Uh-oh. I must admit, this is a combination that I did not think would be as annoying as it actually is. Yeah, frog and jellyfish. The worst of friends. And my Pikmin all got sucked up there. Great. If I don't get to them quickly, they're gonna be, like, digested. Come on, get him, quick! Alright, I don't even care. Spicy him up. Just do something. Get him. I don't want another disaster on my hands. Again with catching fire while waist deep in water. Don't you Pikmin know what stop, drop, and roll means? Jeez. Oh, wait a minute. Right. I was getting distracted from my prime directive. And that directive is... go for the treasure, ignore everything else. Right, so we're gonna give that a try and hope that it works out. No, why are you going that way again? I should have known. God damn it. The Dumple. The Dumple was trouble. He decided to go back. That's good news for me. Now then. Alright, can I please get this thing out of here already? This, like, box of tarot cards or whatever. I don't want to be here anymore. Please tell me that this thing's not hiding a treasure, too. Alright, we should be good without having to deal with that frog. Or this Dumple. Alright, good. Let's hurry up and get the heck out of here. King Louis the 13th. The Talisman of Life. I have no idea what that thing is. That's probably not even King Louis. I see Japanese text above him, but I don't know what it means. I don't remember any Japanese emperor looking like that. Alright, come on. We're so close to the end. We have to do this. I wish I could remember how deep this hole is, but I just can't. Although if I had to predict, even if it is 15 sublevels, at least one of them is likely to be another rest sublevel. Yep, looks like we're in for another 15. Oh, I should have been more careful about this. We're in here for the long haul. I apologize if I'm keeping you up past your bedtime. But I have to do this. Can I just throw a yellow up there and be done with this? Please. I mean, I can kinda. It's not gonna work if they decide to, do things the stupid way. And go, like, the long, long way around. Come on, come on. This is not working like I would want it to. Come on, you're so close. Come on, just get up there. Alright, just go in there with just the yellows. We have to make this work. Come on. Come on, get up there. Yes! Yes, and they're going the smart way, too. Kind of. Come on, you can do it. What was that? Did you guys see that? Oh, there's a blowhog in there. I was wondering what in the world that was. Alright, if you're gonna be that big of a hassle, then fine. Let's go ahead and take care of this. They got it right there by the exit. You expect a few people will join the stream shortly, right before I'm done? And ain't that how it always goes? Time zones suck. Yeah. French's Yellow Taste Tyrant. Alright, this is no time to be getting distracted by treasure. We have to locate that other treasure, and I got a feeling the bread bug took it already. Hey, bread bug, did you steal my treasure? Do is KO the bread bug, and any treasures it may have consumed will reveal themselves. Yep, there it is. You got like a pie show tile. No, wait, what's the name of that game? That like little board game that's got all the wooden pieces? I forget. I think you can play it in Yakuza. Is it just Mahjong? Is that just a Mahjong tile? Whatever, let's just try and get this thing out of here quick. Hopefully that's the only other one in this area, and we can just move on. Yeah, that does kind of look like a Mahjong piece, doesn't it? Boss Stone. Maybe it's, for the Japanese equivalent of chess. And that's supposed to be like a king piece or something. It's just a Mahjong tile? Ah, gotcha. Oh no, the exit's blocked by a rock. Fine. This shall be our final task. We hide, and then we break. I don't want to do more fighting than is necessary. Hey you, where are you looking? There we go, quick, get out of here. Run. I'm so glad you don't have to actually escort your Pikmin to the exit. I'm gonna be taking full advantage of that while I'm trying to get through the end of this. Oh yeah, by the way, this may not actually be my final Pikmin stream. I may bring this game back someday, for the sake of doing the challenge mode. But I will probably hold that off and do it as, like, a warm-up stream right before doing, what's the word? Right before doing a different, like, GameCube game. So we might use that as a warm-up for Pokemon XD, for instance. Whoa! It scared me. Oh, great. I can't tell what the treasure is because of that stupid cricket. And we got Lollywogs to deal with, too. All I really want is to knock out that cricket. Because it's really, really disruptive. We haven't really had to deal with it all that much, so we haven't seen the full extent of what it can do. But basically, it tricks Pikmin into following it. That was a close call. So, if you can't tell already, that's going to be trouble. Big trouble. Yeah! Yeah, we kind of need our purples in here in order to properly, like, stun everything. No! Oh, this is a bad place to get distracted. What a vicious sub-level this is. If I could just break that one last poison gate. It's probably not even all that necessary, but... ah! There we go, got it. Now we run. Are you serious? That one straggler. Oof. This game... this is making me angry. We're so close to being done, though. I can't give up. I'll carefully lose half of our squad. We're gonna do this. We're gonna make it. Alright, frog. I've had it up to here with you. Speaking of frogs, completely random and unrelated trivia. I read something on the BBC yesterday saying that a completely new species of frog was discovered in India. You wouldn't expect it, but even in regular old places throughout the world, there's still a surprisingly large number of species that we don't know anything about, really. And apparently amphibians are one such group. Despite how long we've been researching animals and such, we really have not seen all that much in the grand scheme of things. Can't wait for it to become extinct in a few years. Yeah, I think they're already talking about that. Like, it's already in danger. The place that they actually found it was kind of interesting, though. It was a... like a roadside gutter. Somewhere off of some highway in India. Like, literally on the side of the road was where they found this thing. It's pretty funny, if you ask me. But because it was a completely undiscovered species, I think they had to, like, flag off the area as, like, a protected zone. So that's probably causing some major traffic disruptions somewhere in India right now. Clamor girl! Baking powder! Don't know anything about the brand, can't really offer any funny jokes about that right now. Wait, there's still a treasure here? Where? Ah, must be buried. Of course. That's why there's so many poison vents. It was trying to tell us, hey, get your white Pikmin ready. You're gonna have to dig something up. Well, unfortunately, we're gonna have to deviate a little bit, divide a bit of our time on this. Oh, I remembered something that I completely forgot to touch on while we were talking about the Nintendo Direct stuff. Boy, despite not having all that much of interest, it was still a pretty compact, full of stuff Direct, and just based on the fact that I keep forgetting about stuff to talk about. Like, there's plenty to talk about, I just can't remember it all at once. Dragon Quest Builders 2 is going to be coming to the Nintendo Switch. I don't know if that game came out already on another platform or something, but I haven't really touched on the first Dragon Quest Builders, and now that there's a sequel, I definitely won't be bothering with it. But I'm still not 100% sold on it. Like, what is there that Dragon Quest Builders offers that Minecraft does not? Especially since you can play Minecraft on Nintendo Switch. Now, obviously, there's some very easy answers to that question. It has quests, it has, equipment that you can upgrade, it has monsters. Well, okay, Minecraft has monsters, but Dragon Quest Builders has Dragon Quest monsters! And, of course, much better characters, like actual characters. And good character designs. Another one of these rooms, huh? Not a problem. Go for the orange one first. Yeah, I honestly wonder if the biggest selling point for Dragon Quest Builders is just characters designed by Akira Toriyama. Egg. Uh-oh. Ooh, I was missing terribly there for a second. Gotta watch out for those corners. Ant Dude basically said Dragon Quest Builders is Minecraft, but with a story. Well, I had an inkling of that already, just based off of what I played in the demo. But for some reason, I'm still not 100% sold on it, even though it sounds like a really good idea in theory. I'm not sure what's holding me back. Any opinions from the chat about that game? Maybe that can help me find my words. Aww. No, actually it's A&W. The Hypnotic Platter. Not really that big into root beer. Every now and again I'll find myself with a small craving for it, but by and large, root beer ain't really my thing. And that's like the only product that A&W is known for. It's just not quite my cup of tea. I may actually, on some days, prefer a cup of tea to an A&W root beer. Alright, well, thankfully, that was a very short sub-level. Let's keep moving. Despite being full of big bad Bulborbs, clearly, with purple Pikmin in tow, they are nothing to worry about. I think that if you don't care for Dragon Quest itself too much, there's little reason to be excited for Dragon Quest Builders. If you've already played something similar. Good point. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Are we here already? Ooh, okay, 14 sub-levels? Really? That's a really weird number. Alright, well, before we get into it, we need to get really, really organized here. Alright? Purple Pikmin are not going to be of any use to us anymore. So they need to sit over here where it's nice and safe. Olimar, actually, Olimar, you should do the fighting while the President takes a break. Because President kind of low on health. Alright, Mr. President, you'll be in charge of these guys, and Olimar will take to commanding the yellows. We need to open up with the yellows, and I'll show you why in a minute. So here we are. Yes, time for the final boss. The final boss, Louis. Is that Louis? Mr. President, I have located Louis resting on a vast mound of treasure. For him to venture to these depths alone, the desire of man is a thing to be feared. But Louis is not moving. Could he have exhausted his strength in reaching these depths? There may yet be time. Quickly, to Louis' aid. Doink. It's a giant clusterfuck. Whoa! Fire! Fire bad. Whoa, whoa, what are you doing? Man, this is really scary music for a Pikmin game. Boy, he really digs that flamethrower, huh? Some massive spoiler of some description. Alright, don't worry about it. That's why we led with the yellow Pikmin. Because that attack is the most dangerous of them all. Instant death on a zigzag pattern all around the stage. You do not want to be involved with it. Uh-oh. Neener, neener. Can't get me. Uh-oh. We've been separated. Quickly. Alright. This is fine. Oh, we got it off already! Oh, we can't pick it up. Oh, shoot. What's he doing? What's he doing? Fire! Alright, doesn't matter who we have, we just need to get that thing out of here quickly. I don't know if it's capable of picking things up, but better safe than sorry, right? Oh boy, yeah, that didn't work. That didn't work. That didn't work. No! Whew. That was a close one. Alright, let's be a little bit slower and careful about this. This game hates arachnophobes. Oh, you're telling me. It really doesn't want us to take that treasure back. Run! I know better now. Also, yeah, that poison really hurts the captain. I gotta be more careful about that. Come on, come on. Oh, now this one is gonna suck. That one is the second worst because it splashes everywhere. Doesn't matter where you're hiding, you can't escape from the water attack. Alright. So if you haven't guessed by now, the whole deal with this boss is that it's a massive dweeble that requires us to knock down all parts that it is using as weapons, and then take those back to our ship. Now, again, I don't remember if it can pick things back up, but I don't want to risk it. So if I see an opportunity to take something off the field, I'm going to take it. That didn't really work too well. Let's see. Let's go in for blue. Just be careful with your backup squad and you'll be fine. Alright, let's knock off that water part next. Oh, come on! I know! Yes, I know. Oh my god, I can't believe we're getting, like, a tutorial message about this now. Yes, I know. Thank you. Nope. I don't want that. Where's that other one? Where's that other one? Where is he? Did I get him? Okay, everyone is safe. Thank God. Tutorials on the final boss. Phenomenal. Man, the tracking on this attack is really, really just too potent. Alright, everyone is good. Everyone's safe. I can see it sizzling. I mean, fizzling. Getting closer. If it would just stop for a moment, please and thank you. I got it. So none of my backup squad got waterlogged, right? Okay, good. We're all good. Alright, well now that splashing water is no longer a concern, let's see if we can't pick that thing up. Once we get it down to its last weapon, it'll be pretty easy. Because we can just go in with one color Pikmin and be relatively safe. Although I must say, that flamethrower is really spooking me with how quick it comes out. Gotta pick it up, pick it up, get out of here. Run! Run, you fools! They did it. I'm so proud. Wow, we might actually do really well here. We've already, like, halfway beaten it, and we haven't really lost any Pikmin. It's a water faucet. The monster pump! Alright, I think I'm gonna go for poison last. Because let's face it, all of this boss's attacks hurt the captains, so... Alright, here we go. I got a whole bunch of spicy sprays, I should use them, but that was a bad time to use it. Where is it? It's right above me. I'm blind. I like how with every different weapon that this boss uses, the music changes a little bit. I don't know if you noticed, there was kind of like a heart glissando going on when it was using the water attack. Wait, what? Why you no attack? What's wrong with you? Can they not attack a weapon while it's firing? It's fine. I got this. Even if my aim sucks right now. Alright. I need to know, is it possible to strike at that thing? Yes, yes it is. While it's in motion. Not only that, but they'll keep sticking to it too. It's just a little bit tricky to pull off. Because it's not quite low enough to just latch onto with a regular old Pikmin. Like, you can't just walk into it. You can't march an army in there. And have them just grab onto it. No, you gotta throw them no matter what. I don't like that propane right there. It's almost off. I can feel it. Oh, but boy, that fire hurts. Fire definitely hurts. I think just one more solid round of attacks, and I think I've got this. That's not a solid attack. Come on. I wish I could tell which direction that thing was aiming. Might help a little bit. Ah. Whoa! Direct hit. Did I get it? I didn't get it. Didn't get it. It's so close. I can see it smoking. Where there's smoke, there's fire. Faster, you slowpokes. Come on. Wish I had more red Pikmin that survived. I'm trying, but I can't avoid it. Oh, I didn't even get a single Pikmin latched on. Oh my god, please just hurry up and pop off already. Yes! Only one left. Unfortunately, we don't have all that many white Pikmin, so it's gonna be a bit of a pain getting that other part down. Alright, let's wait and watch. Alright, yeah. I thought that was gonna happen. Alright, get it. I'm almost tempted to use the bitter spray. Sorry, spicy spray. Just so that I can carry this thing faster. It's fine, though. We got this. Come on, you're almost there. Yes! Alright. This is definitely one of those bosses that starts off at the hardest point, and then just gets easier from there. So now that we've come this far, we've basically already won. That's a little bit more than your standard Bunsen burner. That's a flare cannon. Oh, how'd you guys get down there? What are you doing? Now, of course, the question on everyone's mind is, what in the world is Louie doing here? How'd he even get there? What's that silly man up to this time? There we go. That's a good strike force. And that is not. I'm not sure how I missed so badly. Come on. Come on. There we go, that's better. With the spicy spray active, whoa! He's stepping it up. Now he's got 4 streams of poison gas. Woohoo! Slow down. I missed really badly. Come on, we're so close. I think I've actually had a captain lose all his HP on this fight before. Honestly, the captain is probably in more danger than the Pikmin at this point. Did I get some of them on there? Oh god, I'm stuck. I need to find a better angle of approach. Because this ain't doing it. This ain't doing it. See it smoking though. Urgh. I got like one of them on. I don't know anymore. I don't know what the best angle of approach is. Maybe if I do it like this. Of course, that's just setting myself up to take a lot of damage. We did it! Time Weevil has been defeated! Or so it would seem. Why is this like half buried in the ground? What's going on? It's like upside down. Oh my god, that was weird. Right, now it's time for everyone to join in. Oh god, it's a raving crab. I've never quite understood why crabs look so much like spiders. What relation is there between a crustacean and an arachnid? I'm sorry, what? Comedy bomb? Oh yeah, real funny. It's like a name that the Joker would come up with. Well, you know the drill. Oh, he's not even trying anymore. Look how low to the ground he is! He's just like, I'm so weak, whatever, you got me. So desperate. Yeah, that's it. That's all she wrote. Now it's going to dissolve the... Ew. Ew. Now that's nasty. I can barely even see him. There's so many effects. No-wee. Are your life functions fading? No, he appears only to have fainted. He is always running into trouble. Arachnids and crustaceans probably have nothing to do with each other. They just both need several long, slanky legs for survival. Instruct the Pikmin to carry him. There's not enough room for him in the cockpit anymore. We will have to keep him in the cargo hold with the treasure hoard. Also PogChamp, thank you. Well, Pikmin, you know what to do. Have fun. It's almost like, what do you call it? Like a congratulatory carry. I'm not sure what to call it. Wow, that's insulting. Louie, your net worth is a mere 10 Pokos. That's like less than the worst of the worst rubbish that we found on this planet. Also, King of Bugs, huh? You have to check the Piclopedia on that later. But yeah, that's all she wrote. That's it. We're ready to leave. We're ready to end the game. He's the trash man. Also, since we got 100% of the treasures, if I'm not mistaken... Yes! We should get something extra special after the credits. Hell yes, I'll save. Boy, what a series this has been. It's been a lot more, chaotic than I expected this game to be. Like, I thought it was gonna be all sunshine and daisies, literally, from start to finish. But I forgot, this is a genuinely challenging game. If you're trying not to lose too many Pikmin, that is. You've collected every treasure! And now you will be blasted by this ion cannon. Oh wait, that's just the space ship. Farewell, strange big-nosed men. We'll never forget how you killed over 150 of us. Well, at least someone's happy. Omar's a little bit, oh, even he's tearing up a little bit. It's beautiful. These are transparent Pikmin. That's a little bit spooky. Is that like implying that they're Pikmin ghosts? I have to wonder why in the world these Pikmin owe any kind of thanks to Olimar. All he did was land on their planet and boss them around like slaves to collect his ship parts. And they came back like a year later so they could round up a bunch of treasure and gold and shit. He's living in a solid gold ship! Like, this is kind of a bad case of colonialism at play, but whatever. Hey, look, there's Australia. The end. I suppose one could argue that we helped propagate their numbers and help them become more self-sustaining. But that's about the best argument I can think of. They're just weird little aliens. We don't know how their minds operate. Am I supposed to push something here? I'm pressing buttons. Okay, apparently just had to wait a long time. Can't wait. Oh, I think we already passed the record that I set for number of Pikmin that died. Oh boy. Fun times! Well, thank you for joining me on this... Wait a minute. That's it? Oh, I guess we already got the credit sequence after we got the 10,000 Poco debt recovered. Well, that's fine. We can check out the bonus movie from the main menu. Yep. We collected every treasure. We can see... we can read the ship attempting to pitch every single item on the list. Although this is a little bit overwhelming. Oh, good lord. It never ends. There's all the Nintendo stuff. Massive receptacle. Absolutely massive units. Ancient ads. Odd logos. Aren't those all bottle caps? Titan Dweevil series. Alright, let's start off with Mr. Louie here. Louie is back. Somehow he survived a horrific ordeal with a freakishly large, weapon-wielding Titan Dweevil.
I encountered a hole with an army of ferocious Pikmin, grimly determined to save Louis from the Titan Dweevil, but it seems he was perfectly fine all along. I can't understand how he managed to avoid being eaten. Huh. He's always had an unusually close connection with insects, and I know he loves to cook them. Maybe he wasn't kidnapped after all. Could he have been controlling that beast all along? No, that's craziness. Although he does insist now that we address him by his proper title, the King of Bugs. This Louis is an odd fellow. A new employee of Hocotate Freight, Louis is often silent. No one knows what thoughts lurk in his mind. He appears to operate on the same wavelength as insects, often with dangerous results. After he was kidnapped, he somehow managed to hijack a colossal insect's brain. Was he really behind all this? Did he want to stay on the planet? Huh. He's almost like, you know how Mario and Luigi have kind of this odd relationship depending on how deep you want to dig into it? How like, Luigi has a dark side? That really got explored in Super Paper Mario, by the way. I wonder if that's supposed to be at play here. Let's take a look at the new bosses that we encountered. This thing is the biggest joke out of any boss in the Pikmin series. Like, just making something bigger does not make it inherently more difficult to beat. I guess, as they say, the bigger they are, the harder they fall. Arachnoids boast a wondrous biological composition with a silicon-based exoskeleton and innards coated with malleable heavy metals. However, much about these creatures remains a mystery, as specimens regularly explode when they are dissected. These explosions produce scorching flames that completely melt all internal organs, leaving us with a disappointing lack of information on their inner workings of the species. We must await the development of a new dissection process and more specialized research before we can better understand this enigmatic creature. However, the following observation notes have been recorded. Appears to be leveling terrain for some unknown purpose. Location of eyes and ears not readily apparent. Freezing a specimen may yield new research opportunities. Well, now you're talking like a XCOM analyst. The Titan Dweevil is really nothing without all those weapons to protect him. The largest member of the Dweevil family, this fearsome predator carries protective components that frequently exhibit offensive capabilities, an evolution that may be attributed to mere chance. Another evolutionary theory is that the chemical contents of the containers carried by the Titan Dweevils contribute to possible gene splicing. While other Dweevils do not seem to choose the objects they carry, the Titan Dweevil appears to prefer shiny objects above all others. Now, you might have noticed a new option opened up. We now have the ability to access Louis' notes. So let's see here. What does Louis have to say about this nasty creature? What's his voice like again?
He's like, kind of got a deep voice, because when you switch over from Olimar to Louis, he goes like, Louis. Pull off the balloon-like air sacs, mince the meaty abdomen, and shape it into small cakes. Pan-sear the cakes until crusted, but be careful not to overcook the delicate meat. When ready to serve, garnish the plate with the vibrant air sacs. Even the most discerning dinner guest will be dazzled by the colorful presentation.
That's Louis' notes. He tells you how to cook and eat every single species of thing that you have encountered. Let's see what he has to say about some of the bosses, like the giant bread bug.
Although cooking this colossal beast yields a mountain of meat, every ounce of it is flavorless. Only suitable for intergalactic all-you-can-eat buffets.
Flavorless meat. What a bizarre concept. What about this thing?
Although the meat is a bit on the metallic side, the oil makes for a mouth-watering gravy or lubricative vinaigrette.
What about this thing? How in the world can you eat this thing?
Inedible. Known to cause mass hysteria, followed by leg spasms and internal thunderings.
He's tried every single one of these things, hasn't he? Alright, what about Bulbwax?
To
prep the tongue for cooking, marinate them in olive oil and chop into cubes. Stir in a pot with carrots, potatoes, and chives, cover and simmer over low heat for several hours. Accompany this mouth-watering rustic stew with a hearty roll. Just explodes out of there. What about this thing? This thing that supposedly explodes once it's dead.
Poisonous.
Consumption results in prolonged writhing and uncontrollable mirth. Mirth? What was that one thing that had mirth in the name? Where is it? Where is it? Was it one of these things? Ah, yes, Mirth Sphere. Another of the universe's most intelligent beings, its creature's entire existence, from the birth of this universe to its ultimate collapse, is dedicated to devising a very special joke. These Piclopedia entries never cease to amuse me. Alright, let us conclude this and watch the special movie. Assuming that I did everything I needed to. And I didn't miss anything. Like, oh, maybe you have to, like, uncover all species of creatures in Pikmin Land in order to see the special movie. No, I think we can just watch it. Bonus. Huh. Well, it seems I have not unlocked the special movie after all. Alright, you know what? I think the criteria for unlocking it, now that I think about it, is actually 100%ing challenge mode. I'll show you real quick, like, the menu and stuff. I'll just explain it, and we'll revisit this someday. No, we'll definitely revisit this someday. Also, fun fact, this is 2-player, co-op. I wish I could bring in another player to do this, but not really gonna happen, so we'll do these challenges solo. So, right, the premise is, you go into a cave with a select number of Pikmin and sprays. That's all you have at your disposal. Your only objective is to reach the end, and you'll get a special bonus if you do it without losing a single Pikmin. And of course you can go for a high score if you so choose. There's treasure scattered everywhere, but there is a time limit. So I will probably just be focusing on escaping these caves with no casualties. Might be a little bit boring at first, but the later challenges are indeed quite difficult. Well, anyway, we'll get to that later. Some other day, not today. Well, that does it for Pikmin 2, and indeed my GameCube for a while. It's time for me to put it up and break out my Super Nintendo so we can play Earthbound next week. Now, if I remember correctly, Earthbound is going to be happening on a Tuesday night. Again, I'm going to have a very busy day, a very busy week next week. So that one day is pretty much the only day that I'm going to have available. I'm also going to be celebrating my birthday this weekend, even though it's not until next weekend. Because I have a bit more time to spare, and I've got a bit of family coming up to celebrate the completion of our floor project. So that'll be fun. If you want to wish me a happy birthday, you can do so next week. It'll be a little bit early, but it'll be fine. And with that, I suppose it's about time for me to go. So thank you all for joining me. It's been fun. And I look forward to seeing you next time for a whole new game on a whole new console. See you then. Good night.